Hey guys, Dave Norona here, and we are on our way to Fernie to do the Stephanie Schwartz Clinic. Myself and Theo on the camera, we are heading there to help out with the clinic. It's going to be an amazing weekend. And while the lower part of the province in most cases are suffering from another warming trend, we had amazing snow in Golden yesterday, and we should have some really good snow in Fernie. But what we really wanted to talk about today is tomorrow is the start of Safety Week, and I really want to take the time because I'm a pretty big safety guy. I've been in the backcountry for 35 years, and I've been back there with very little experience and then been out there with a lot of experience, and still to this day I'm constantly learning and realize that with the ever-changing amazing sleds that can get us into places, to just the change in mountain terrain that we get into and deal with different weather patterns, it's really a time to be to know that these things are happening, and then to improve your education so that you can be more safe in the backcountry. So the first part of this is really we want people to get out and get as educated as you can with avalanche safety, and that means not just taking an avalanche skills course level 1, but constantly improving that, whether you do it in a year or whether you take successive years to do that, and work towards always learning. No one knows everything, and because things change and we get into different situations and then we learn things, the technology we have now makes it easier, but also can interfere with beacons and all this stuff that we have to learn. It's really can almost be fun to keep it up to date. And that's really what I try to do with myself and my riding buddies. I ride with a sort of select group of people, like most people who have their favorite groups to ride with, and it's because they all have the gear and know how to use it and have taken the courses, but they're the people that I trust my life with mostly, and they trust me with their life. And that's really why we might not invite someone to a thing or have people. We don't just invite anybody, and it's not an elitist thing. It's really that we got to know the people we're riding with, and we've got to trust those people, and you want to know them really well. That doesn't mean you can't trust people that you first meet and you meet on the hill and all that, but it is a learned experience. So getting your skills up, AST1 at the very least. Skidoo has done a great job of the free clinics with Marshall here in BC and Mike Duffy in the United States. It again is a starting point, and it really is an eye-opener. They do great courses in stores, but really get your whole group to improve on that. And then the next step is getting the right gear. After you go to an AST, you learn a lot about the different gear you'll see out there, and spend the money and learn how to use it. Theo was saying a great thing right now. A lot of people are bummed. It's raining, it's warm, but that's a day you can get out with your friends and go practice. And I'll tell you, we were in Golden yesterday, and they had really cold conditions early season, and then it snowed. Basically all that fresh snow was on top of that, and yesterday we saw that when someone got stuck and we dug down and it was just sugary snow. You'll see the video later in the week, and we had to cross some big Avi paths to get in there, and you'll see how we do that. And also we're always looking and being aware, whether it's a stuck sled or whether you go out and you're just practicing, you can see what's going on out there. And that is really, really important, something that I really want to push to everybody to just do and do more of. Like I said, when you cat ski or heli ski, the guides, they're training every day. They're doing that stuff every day. And we need to improve our education, because a lot of times they do one course and then they don't practice it. It sits in their pack for the most part. But pull out your probe, pull out your shovel, use your Avi beacon, practice with your Avi pack. It's one thing to have it, but it's really important to know how to use it effectively, and that could save your life and someone else's life. And using satellite communicators, I use the Zoleo, use radio communication. All those are like a huge package of sledding, and not many people talk about it. And sometimes you're known as the safety guy, and I don't mind being called the safety guy at all. If I can keep more people riding in the backcountry and having more fun and less incidents, that's worth it to me. So really pay attention. This week I'm going to have videos every day on the gear that I use and why I use it, and some things to practice on. And it really is about pushing that education, and push it on your partners. Like if your friends think they don't need this, don't need that, get out and practice and show them that they do. And you need to improve your fitness. If you're going to shovel fast, you need to improve your skills. If you're going to probe effectively and do search, and you can have a lot of gear on when you sled. How fast can you get to your gear that's safety oriented gear? I know Matt Enns has done some great job of Avi and how fast you can pull out your pack. Sometimes guys sacrifice smoothness, or let's say effective ways to do things, by speed. Remember, speed is important, but it's more important to have a certain system so that you do it effectively every way, and that'll eventually be faster, even though you might not post the fastest time that way. But a thought processed application of getting your gear out, organizing a group, that kind of stuff is really what you got to practice when we're talking about avalanche safety. And just wanted to take the time, for me personally, what I unfortunately see a lot of, and we've all been in this situation, myself included, it is the human effect. Is anytime the bad weather comes, i.e. big storms, everybody else goes home and we go out in the backcountry. We drive on the roads, we go into the backcountry, and I would say keep doing that 100%. That's what I do. But it's on those days when we tend to rush to the parking lot, rush onto our snowmobiles, and rush out into the backcountry, and we forget to do things like beacon checks and making sure you've got everything, and radio checks. And then when trouble happens, we're surprised that how quickly things go badly. And I get that we are so excited, and this comes to, what I see out there in the backcountry is 2 and 3 people hitting a hill at the same time, no one waiting for anybody else and checking. And that is what in a lot of cases has killed a lot of people. And I see other guys like, they can't look at the terrain and figure out, like, if this were to slide, where would it go? So where can I test this out, and where can I sort of slowly see where, if something did happen, I'm not going to be in harm's way. Instead, I've seen a lot of guys just go straight up the middle, where obviously the Avi path would come. And to me, that's just uneducation. And like I say, you can be a 10 out of 10 rock star sledder, and your avalanche safety skills can be level 1. And really, just because you're a good rider, it has no bearing on how good you are at avalanche safety. So generally, most people in our sport are more graduated to being a better rider than being better skills in their avalanche safety. So we all need to improve it, me included. So generally, when we get out there, we need to have these rules in place to harness us back in. I know if anybody's like how I am, once you get out there an hour in, you're a lot more calm and you're willing to take those. So just try to harness that back a little bit so that you can do those things first before you get out and talk to your group. If you're in a group that thinks you're a wuss for not doing something, or you don't want to go and you want to turn around, that's not the group for you. You want to be in, because that doesn't end well. So even yesterday we were going in, punching into a zone, and talking with Pat, who was taking us there. We've been into this zone a couple of times, and they are they're big Avi Pass, and they produce. They're not. It's not just a once in a lifetime. They produce quite frequently, and so we have a skill that we use to do that. And first of all, our first talk was, should we even be going into this area? And what we were seeing was good. So we were confident in going in there, and we one at a time using radio communication, and we got in there and out of there safely. And it took a lot longer than if we just blazed in there, but that's what you got to do to do it safely and effectively and come home at the end of the day, which is what we want for everybody out there. So that's all for me. I know it's maybe a long-winded approach, but I really care about my community of snowmobilers and skiers and sled skiers and everybody out there, and I want to keep using the backcountry for years to come. And I hate to see when we lose a life in the backcountry, and so it's up to all of us to bring our skills up and push that on our partners so that everybody's skills up and we see less of that and really what our sport is more about, which is fun. So get out there. Let's hope the weather improves everywhere throughout the province of BC and elsewhere, and have a great winter, and hopefully enjoy these videos from Safety Week. Please put your comments in the video below. Like I said, I'm learning too. I get great comments from people that have great ideas, whether it's safety kits, whether it's tools they carry, how they get their sleds to the zone, and what they see and what they like and what they don't like. It all helps even someone that doesn't agree with you. It's a debate and a conversation that other people will learn from. So that's it for me. Next time you'll see us, we'll be in Fernie, BC, and hopefully shredding some POW there. Hey, Theo? All right. Well, thanks for joining, and hey, thanks for all the people out there on my Instagram and Facebook. This community is amazing, and I love it, and it's the reason why I kind of am so involved, or try to be as involved with all this stuff that I do. Is I learn it, and then I just pass it on to everybody else because I didn't know it before somebody taught me. So if it helps you in any way, shape, or form, that's what I guess tickles my fancy. So yeah, keep the comments coming, and we'll see you out on the snow.